Health and happiness, better living for everyone, comes from good, well-managed soil. Soil that returns reasonable harvests for the plowing, planting, and all the other work expended upon it. Practicing a balanced soil conservation program brings satisfying returns. But some families on the farm do not fare so well. They toil hard, but reap poorly. Fertility is gone from the soil. Good harvests of healthful foods cannot be reaped from depleted soil. On these farms, nature's law of returning plant food to the soil has been neglected and broken. That negligence has broken the people. Nature, undisturbed, protects and enriches the soil, holding in place valuable plant food elements and water. But most of all, in returning to the land the strength and substance which produces an even higher type of life. Poor soils can be improved and good soils made better by applying nature's method to a natural problem. For good manure management is the most practical and economical way of returning vital plant food elements and organic matter to the soil, an important part of any soil conservation program. Nature's way gives amazing results. Strength from the land, to plants, to animals, it all goes back to the soil. Livestock retain little of the fertility value of the food they eat. For example, when corn is fed to animals, most of the plant food elements are returned in manure. 3/4 of the original nitrogen, 4/5 of the phosphorus, and 9/10 of the potassium. Manure is the farm's most valuable byproduct, worth many times its cost of handling, but only if properly managed. Manure exposed to weather for only a short time loses half or more of its fertility value. Across the nation, on all kinds of farms, farmers are proving to themselves and others the value of good manure management. For the small farm or any farm with only a few head of livestock, equipment is now available which saves labor, is economical and practical to own, profitable because it returns the full value of the available manure supply. Getting the greatest return from farm manures requires proper care, adequate bedding to absorb and hold the liquids, the addition of phosphate to help retain and increase fertility value. If it is not practical to haul the manure to the field daily, proper storage is most important. Protection from rain and sun, liquid-tight floors. Whatever the method of storage, the convenience and ease of loading deserve special attention. The daily hauling of manure from the barn to the field saves the most labor. Only one handling is necessary. This practice results in the greatest crop increases, often 3 times as great as when manure is stored outside, even for only a short time. It is also important that the manure be completely shredded and spread finely and evenly. As the particles of manure come in contact with the soil, most of the plant foods are absorbed, ready to become part of the next crop. The rains and nature make the operation complete. The fertility and the organic matter have returned to the soil. Whether the herd is dairy cows or feeder cattle, large or small, the principles of good manure management remain the same. Cleaning the feedlot is now a simple and efficient operation. Where practical, provide liquid-tight floors to prevent loss of plant food elements. Use equipment that saves time and labor, for such equipment pays a highly profitable return on the money invested. Contrast the ease of this method with the hard and disagreeable job of hand-loading packed manures. Efficient machines eliminate back-breaking drudgery, get the job done quickly and on time, doing the work of 10 men more efficiently, giving the farm tractor more hours of productive work, playing an important role in any soil conservation program. Returning to the farmer a good profit, plus the satisfaction of a job well done. A large portion of livestock manure is liquid, and that liquid contains much of the plant food. With dairy cattle, the liquid portion is 4/5 of the total volume. This liquid contains 80% of all the potash, 50% of all the nitrogen, besides other essential trace elements. Manure in a pile has no value, and the productive liquid cannot enrich the soil if it never reaches the field. But the whole manure, both liquid and solids, returns many dollars in larger crop yields and better crop quality. Nowadays, there's a spreader that can transport all the valuable liquid contained in manure to the fields. It's held within the fluid-tight portion of this welded hopper. The low-swung bed adds to the ease of loading. And here, all the manure, both the liquid and the solids, the fertile plant food elements and the organic matter, are being efficiently and completely saved. Less bedding is needed, and consequently, there's less volume to handle with the same amount of benefit. Such a clean dairy barn can always meet requirements of the health regulations for the daily removal of manure. There are no droppings from the liquid-tight bed. That means clean barnyards and roadways, another contribution to sanitary conditions. The spreader is adjusted for a light, even application. 2 light applications are generally more productive than the same quantity in 1 application. Good manure management requires proper handling during production. Modern equipment saves time and aching backs. The daily hauling to fields where possible and the return to the soil of both liquid and solids. The small investment required for improved equipment to get the most from the manure is one that can return as much as 6 times the cost. It's nature's way of returning to the soil the strength needed for future crops. It's the most practical and economical way to improve the soil. It's the good way to farm. Good for the land's sake and good for the people. It brings harvests that are plentiful, prosperity, and better living for all.